Oh my god! Fucking hell, mate. It's working. You know, I said I missed it, and I thought, yeah, I was probably just a bit off, so I corrected. When you see this shot, honestly, you'll go, how the fuck? How the fuck did you hit that? Because what's happening, right, is you can just see the, not even their forehead, just the very top bit of their fucking head or helmet. So I think this setting is just looping the round, because obviously if it's realistic and they fly in a parabola, you know what a parabola is? Okay, a parabola is an arc, yeah? Okay, so, I'll tell you in a second. Well, welcome back everybody, and I hope you're going to sit back, relax, and enjoy over 100 headshots. And these have all been recorded pretty recently. I think all but a handful are with the Mk1-EMR, and I would have had this video out last week, but we had that sort of 37 kill streak, and that sort of interrupted things because I was actually only there just to collect sort of footage for this video, and I ended up making a video on its own, so that sort of delayed me a little bit. But what you're going to see throughout this is plenty and plenty of lovely shots. Some of them are very, very special shots, some, you know, are fairly straightforward headshots. And I'm sure as you look at it, there may be some discussion about, well, was that a headshot? Because it just says it's a distance bonus. And I don't know the full parameters of the script used to calculate headshots and a distance. I mean, basically, you only get the headshot bonus if it's over 500. That's how the script works, and the same for the distance bonus. Now, how those scripts are set up, whether it's only for the face, whether it's only for the top of the head from the eyes up, or whether it does or doesn't include the neck, I don't know. I don't know exactly which script they're using. But you'll have to put a bit of faith in me, and by watching these clips, that I've looked at each one pretty closely to justify that it hit him in the face or it hit him in the neck. And that, in my eyes, is a headshot. There's certain circumstances where you see it's quite obvious it couldn't be anything else ahead, because he's facing me. You'll see this on some of the towers, and the only thing I can see is his head. And at the distances, and you'll see a couple of these 700 metre ones, there's no way someone's going to get downed in one hit from a 7.62 at that range if it hasn't hit him in the face or the neck or the top of the head. So you just have to go with the flow on that and have a bit of faith in me. I don't need to pull the wool over anybody's eyes about how many headshots we can get or can't get and what's real and what isn't. You can see them. And you also know that with a 7.62 you can't down people with one shot over a few hundred metres. To be honest, I've had trouble knocking a recon down with 2 shots, and that's very, very disappointing. So anything that hits these people and takes them down in one shot is 99% certain it's a headshot. There's a few other little clips in, like you saw the chopper clip back there, and a few shooting paratroops just to bulk it out, just to give you something else to look at. But really, these are all headshots, and some of them are extreme range ones. And I say extreme range because I'm only using an AMS. I'm not using a long range scope. I'm using a sensible scope, a proper DMR scope. I'm not using a sniper scope. But they're really nice. There are some really, really nice shots. And as we were talking at the beginning, and you'll see later on, I was using the parabola to loop those shots just over the ledge of the tower to land on the top of the head. And it's not easy to do. Again, you've got to be in the right position because of the shape of the arc and all sorts of stuff. And it's not something I think I'm going to be able to replicate easily. It'll be one of those things that you'll come across when you're in a certain position, and you'll find, actually, shit, this is working, that's what I need to do. The rest of the time, I've ranged everything, because I'd like to think I know what I'm doing, so I've settled into a spot. I try and have as many towers as possible within my line of sight, so that I can engage as many different targets. And sometimes I fluff the odd shot here and there, as you'll probably see, because I haven't adjusted the range, or I'm just not quick enough. But this has been planned out. I'd like to think I know what I'm doing, so I'm trying to make the most of the time that I've got to be able to shoot a lot of different people. And of course, it makes a more interesting video, because you can see me flipping from tower to tower. Makes it a bit more challenging, so I've got to adjust the range up and down, and that's what it's all about. But all of these, as you can see, these were all good runs. I just got a 616 meter headshot on a guy. It's a really lovely shot in one of the towers, and they revived him, and he fell out of the fucking tower. In total, it's about 3 different maps that I played to put all this together, 3 or 4 maps. But each one, and I can't remember one of them being less than a 20+ kill streak. And of course, not all of them were headshots, because sometimes you miss them. That was a bloody awesome one, though. Now, there's one other thing to bear in mind about all these shots, is I recorded them on third-person servers. And you'll say, oh, you only play first person, what are you doing playing on the third-person server? Well, the reason for that was sort of twofold. Firstly, I needed a lot of people, and not always can I get on the first-person server, because it's very busy sometimes, but it also gets very quiet quite quickly, so suddenly it can go from being full to being less than half full, and that just wasn't going to give me the footage that I needed. I just wasn't going to get to make enough shots for the hours that I was going to have to put in, so it was just uneconomic in my use of time. But there is another reason, and it's quite an interesting reason, and you'll spot it as you go through and look at the some of the shots. Basically, the guys on the third-person servers, they're hiding, right? So they're hiding behind the hatches, they're hiding behind the parapets of the towers, looking over, using third person, waiting to pop up and shoot someone. So that's quite good, because it improves my skill level, because it means I've got to be a bit quicker, I've got to anticipate where they're going to be, when they're going to pop up, which is all good news. But also, they use the stance a lot more than the first-person players, or they tend to, because you'll see a lot of them sort of half-crouched, running, leaning around the parapets of the towers, to avoid getting shot, basically. But they do present little bits of their heads, or tops of their shoulders and their necks and things like that, and that's quite good fun to shoot at, because basically, as you saw in the intro, and you'll see that again, I've got to be a bit more resourceful in how I'm firing the rounds, how I'm aiming, where I'm aiming, what I'm setting my range to. And again, that just makes you a better player. It makes you a better shot. And it's more of a challenge. It's a bit harder, because obviously they're only popping up when they're ready to shoot someone, because they can look around. So literally, the times they pop up is because they think they're going to get to kill someone. So that's a sort of a doubly nice feeling, that they're popping up because they're sort of abusing the third person, or using the third person advantage, and I get to shoot them, which is sort of quite a nice poetic justice thing. On a first person server, it's a bit easier, because people have got to look out of the window a lot more often. Not everybody's got their stances sorted out, so they tend to present larger targets. So that's the rationale that I used to do it on these servers, and I think you should do it as well, because it doesn't matter for me being on the third person, because I'm looking through a scope all the time. I'm not using the third person view. It's no advantage to me, it's a disadvantage, because it makes me easier to spot by people wobbling around and walking on me, if anything like that. I mean, that didn't happen, but as I say, no advantage to me, just more of a challenge and more fun. But hopefully you understand why I did that now. Anyway, I'm going to shut up actually and let you enjoy the rest of the video and see what you think, and I'll catch you at the end to discuss my favourite shot. head or helmet. So I think this setting is just looping the round, because obviously if it's realistic and they fly in a parabola, you know what a parabola is? Okay, parabola is an arc, yeah? Okay, so, I'll tell you in a second. See, these are worth shooting at the recons when they're running, but... which one? No, I can't see him. Oh, right at the top, right at the top. Yeah, no, unless he stops, I can't hit him. I can hit him now, mate. Yeah, I know. I've hit him. And I've hit him... I only hit him once. And I didn't hit him in the head. Have you killed him? I can't see him. Yeah, you finish him. I can't see him. Yeah, kill assist. Yeah, I was rushing it a bit, so I didn't hit him in the fucking head. If they've got... It's a little bit low. Yeah, I can see... oh shit, here we go. Another... Yeah, another headshot. 6 fucking alive. Can you fucking believe it? there was a time when you could do it, wasn't there? Just got a brilliant shot. I've been waiting for that fucking shot. Yeah. Well, I hope you've been enjoying it, guys. I've only come back really to talk you through my favourite shot of the whole video. I mean, there have been some lovely, lovely shots, and some of those looping shots into the tower just over the lip of the hatch were brilliant. But this next shot is my favourite shot, and I'm pretty sure you'll realise why. Now, it's not just because he's reviving. It's because I just get everything right in this shot. I really wanted to make it, and I did. It is just perfect. I've tried very hard to get the timing right on the revivers, and with the fence and everything, that is the perfect headshot. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like. Catch you next time.